Your brand might not be getting mentioned by AI, or maybe it does. But the thing is, most likely, you don't even know in the first place. I'm Thomas, CEO and co-founder here at Otterly AI, a leading AI search analytics tool that helps over 20,000 marketing professionals understand how they show up as brands and how they show up with their website content on ChatGPT, Gemini, AI Mode, and many other AI search engines. In today's video, we're gonna take a look on how to track brand mentions within AI search. You might be tracking things manually by manually heading over to ChatGPT, asking it for the best product in your category. But the thing is, it's not really sustainable. It's not really scalable. We built Otterly AI to help you do that on scale. When you sign up for a free Otterly AI account, you define the different search queries you want to monitor in the first place. You analyze how you and your brands are showing up on the different AI search engines to then, as a third step, take action, optimize for higher visibility. So when you sign up for Otterly AI, the first thing you have to do is you have to set up your search queries, the different search prompts. As you can see in my screen here, I started tracking a couple of running shoe related search queries for Adidas as a brand, because I wanted to know how Adidas performs compared to its competitors in the United States, but also in Germany. Step number one is we have to define the search prompts in the first place. As you can see on my screen, I'm tracking here a couple of non-branded search queries for Adidas. We can simply head over here to import more search prompts, or you can also use our AI search prompt research tool to help ideate on relevant search prompts in the first place. For example, you might want to perform a brainstorm where you're going to see which topic associations your brand or any brand out there has on AI search engines. So you can do that. Or if you already know you have specific high-performing landing pages and you want to understand the search intent that drove potential traffic and interest towards those pages, use that second option. Or one of the simplest options, you'll bring your SEO keywords and we help you turn them into search prompts. Once you populated and categorized all of your different search prompts in the first place, you can then build out a brand report. Within the brand report, it's quite straightforward. We're going to show you how you as a brand have been getting mentioned across the different AI search engines across specific markets. Right on my screen here, we're analyzing the US across all AI search engines in the last 14 days. If you are curious on how we perform in a specific topic cluster or funnel stage, we could even drill down further with our tagging system. But for now, I'll leave it at that. In the brand ranking, we'll get a first impression on how often we as a brand are getting mentioned compared to our set of competitors. There might be competitors that are not on our horizon, so you might want to hit the detected brand button to see which other brands, which other products are getting mentioned within our AI responses. Also, you're going to visually see in this brand visibility index how our brand performs against its peer. With a nice little time-lapse function here, we can play back some time and see how movement has been in the last couple of days and weeks for specific brands. As we can see here, Nike is leading the race quite a bit, followed by everybody else. One of the key ways to get mentioned as a brand is to be referenced as a source, or being mentioned as a brand on those relevant pages and content pieces that are getting referenced in the first place. As you can see in my demo account here, we can see that there are quite some external sites, some media sites, news and bloggers, YouTube, community sites such as Reddit, being amongst the most cited websites. If we head over to our citation report, we can even drill down one step further. In the citation report, we're gonna see on a URL level which different types of websites are getting cited and referenced by the different AI search engines. Again, we see here all AI search engines, or we can drill down on just one, such as ChatGPT. This is a great way to build a first gap list. So recommendation number 1, take a look at all the places where your brand is not getting mentioned, but your competitors are. So we see here a blog post on the 7 best running shoes on runrepeat.com being amongst the most cited URLs in the last 14 days, and so on and so forth. This is a great way for you to hand over that list to your PR and comms team, to your PR agency, in order to do outreach towards those journalists, bloggers, and media outlets in the first place. We saw lots of Reddit citations in as well, right? So let's take a look at Reddit, reddit.com. And we're gonna see at a glimpse all the different Reddit threads that are getting picked up by AI. The good thing for us here is, yes, Adidas is mentioned quite a bit already in those threads, but there are also a couple of ones where we potentially can activate our community and get ourselves included in those as well. Let's go one step back. When we head back to our brand report, you also see the brand sentiment. Are we being portrayed in a better or more neutral or more negative way compared to our competitors? The net sentiment score gives you that indication. As we can see here, as Adidas, we're doing fairly fine, but we haven't. Hoka and Brooks even have a better brand sentiment. So let's take a look on a prompt level. On each prompt, we also see our brand sentiment, how we are being portrayed. There are prompts where we have a really great positive brand sentiment, and there might be prompts and topics where we have a rather underperforming brand sentiment. Like this one here, which best running shoes are recommended for runners with flat feet and overpronation. We can now go into the details of this specific prompt to analyze our sentiment. And if we sort here, we can even see that there was one AI response here on Microsoft Copilot where we really had a negative sentiment. We can open that up and really read through the comments and the portraying of our brand compared to everybody else. This is a great place to see how, not only how and where we've been getting mentioned, but really find some first opportunities to improve our brand mentions in the first place. The last thing I want to show you in this video is our geo-auditing tools. I think the auditing tools are really great for you to understand your on-page performance much better. If we head over here, we can take a look on how a specific URL is getting crawled by AI search engines. So let's take a look at adidas.com. Let's run a quick audit. What this audit does is it basically checks if adidas.com is crawlable by the different AI bots and AI agents. It will mark some red flags if it isn't, and it will show us some green signs if it is. Et voila, the crawlability checker is completed. And as you can see here, there are actually some red flags. Some bots are not allowed to enter adidas.com. The most important one, I think, that stands out here on the first glimpse is Anthropic. So Cloud's AI bots are currently not allowed to crawl adidas.com and its pages. Maybe we want to change that. The second thing I want to show you is the content checker. So in the citation report, we already saw all the different URLs that are getting referenced and cited by AI search engines. A great way to use our content checker is to look for all the competitor pages that are getting cited the most. So by filtering our domain category to competitors in the citation report, we're going to receive all the top performing URLs of our competitors. This one from Nike stands out here, so let's take a look. There's actually an article here, a buying guide. So let's run and let's use this article and let's run this through our content checker. In the content checker, we're going to analyze some on-page factors to see why this particular page performs as it performs. We're going to analyze the static versus dynamic content ratio. Many crawlers, especially AI crawlers, do not interact with JavaScript. So we have lots of those on our landing pages. We have basically content sitting behind an invisible wall. Second thing, we analyze the content itself and how ready it is for AI search engines to be referenced. The third thing is we're going to analyze the content structure, structured data, the HTML structure and whatnot, to see how good a certain landing page, a certain content piece is. Now the content checker is completed, and as you can see here, we have a really good static versus dynamic score. We have some okay readiness score, as well as some pretty good structured data analysis. We can now drill into the details to see how this particular Nike content piece is performing across the AI search engines. And the nice thing is we can benchmark that against any other URL out there. We can see if we perform better on any of those scores, and we can start improving our on-page content, because when you take a look here, you're also gonna get some recommendations, for example, from a content perspective on how to improve particular aspects. Wrapping it up, Otter AI not only helps you understand how visible you are as a brand and how visible you are as a website, meaning how often and where you are getting cited with your website content, but we help you optimize. We help you optimize for better citations on ChatGPT, Perplexity, AI mode, and so on and so forth. And we help you improve your own brand visibility. We share everything we learn along the way. If you're interested in getting access to our GEO experiments, hit me up at thomas@otterly.ai and I'll share everything we've learned. We have a full GEO sheet and I'm happy to pass that over. If you have any questions, let me know. And I look forward to seeing many of you on Otterly AI. Go check it out. We do offer a 14-day free trial. So there's no excuse to not start acting on your AI search optimization potential. Have a good one. Bye-bye.